Hey, what's good, Zariah, man? What's up?
Get your ass up.
Oh, man, you always be tripping. What's going on, man?
What's good, Red?
Hey, man, they was clowning you at work today, man.
So?
I mean, we watched the video a couple times, but we really couldn't tell if it was you.
Yo, how's your eye?
Oh, it's cool.
God damn! What's up, Op? What's up, Op? Yo, let me get one of them flyers, man.
Man, I ain't giving you shit. You better get the hell out of here before Cat Pop come out here.
Man, come on, man. Why you gotta be like that, man? I'm trying to come to class, man. Why you acting crazy? Man, you need to go do that.
Man, I ain't giving him shit.
Man, what? Man, you ain't gonna give me check. We need brothers to come to class.
Damn, man. Ite me yato me tararo tato.
Man, you fucking racist, man. Give me this goddamn flyer, man. You acting crazy, home.
Man, fuck you. Oh, shit. T-Bow, nigga.
What?
Who?
T-Bow.
Oh, damn, I ain't been to class in a minute. Shit. Oh, shit.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Red? Thanks for the bike. What you got on my ties, homie?
I ain't got nothing.
I thought you already collected the tires.
I did, but I want Red's 10%.
Stall him out.
What's up, Red? What you got on my ties, homie?
I ain't got nothing, man.
Oh, yeah, you got something.
I ain't got. Hey, man, that's messed up, man.
Shut your ass up or I knock your ass out.
Yo, T-Bow, man, that's messed up, man. Give him his money back.
What money?
Right now. The money.
Hey, man, why ain't y'all help me?
Yeah, man, I paid my tithes.
Man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all.
What about the time he took the tires from me in Zariah's backyard?
Oh, that was different.
Man, let's jump him.
Man, sit your ass down, man.
Man, I got mind control over T-Bow. When he here, I pay my tithes. But when he leave, I pay my tithes.
Man, damn, man. I should have just paid my tithes, man.
Man, that nigga gonna cry in the car.
You should have paid his tires.
Shit, real shit.
This shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. 12 rounds hit hard, and this shit gon' go the distance. Way to exit cool, but wait till you see the interest. Know that we them niggas when we walk inside the entrance. Put me as the GOAT, you should be honored to get a mention. All my clips is standard, but I still get extensions. Switch on the big 30, sound like when it's spitting. Album so high, I had to give them an extension. One West till they bury me. Yeah, that's the commitment. Don't trust the soul, niggas purring or they hit this shit. What I speak is the
What's up,
truth.
y'all?
I don't care if it's offensive.
What's up, Red?
Life that I chose, no turning
Thanks for the
back,
bike.
no endless. They don't
You got on my ties, homie.
God damn, man.
What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive.
God
Life
damn.
that I chose, no turning back. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness.
T-Bow,
Rain on them.
nigga. T-Bow.
Reincarnation. So you know this endless. I'm solidified and stamped. That's why I walk with a signet. Build
I wanna
it
do-
ground up,
Salaya,
build it
what was
all
this
line?
independent.
Be like,
Don't
man,
push
that's
my
fucked up. If it was
business.
y'all, I would've helped y'all.
All right, word.
They say I walk
Man, that's
around
fucked
like
up. If it was y'all, I would've helped y'all.
Blameless. And if you ain't the same, I'm against it. Was born with the shit. The other half, I'm just gifted. 20 on me. Wish a nigga would so I could spend it. Start from the branch, then I ain't at the soil. You got a peer on me. That'll leave your family tree spoil you. Can't catch you, then
All right, there we go. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. I'm Officer 5000, Mataza Pa, and I'll be holding down tonight's class. Tonight is Thursday Scripture Breakdown class, so if anybody has, something you want to go over, we'll just go over it. Other than that, I'm getting into my topic, man, and how horrible Christianity is. And, we've been over here, sitting here, looking at some articles that we're about to bring to you, and we're about to show like how destructive Christianity really is and how America is on the brink of destruction. Like it's crumbling as we speak, right? And thank the Lord that we're able to see it. All right, so the first thing that I want to go to is Proverbs 15:3. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat slug here. Let me go through this real quick. Tamika, Shantad, Tamira Hunter, Nahaya, what's happening? Yaquar, and the water for y'all. The water, appreciate it.
Sir, I got it.
You got it?
I got it. You
All
said
right.
Proverbs 15:3, right, sir?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 3. The eyes of the Lord are, Slaki, sir. Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place.
Right. The eyes of the Lord is in every place. And so, even though people think they may get away with stuff, you're not really fooling anybody but yourself, right? Because the eyes of the Lord is everywhere. And when it comes to like Christianity and Christians teaching the things that they teach, the Lord sees what they be doing behind closed doors. And what Christianity does behind closed doors is Christianity molests our kids, right? We all know that. What was that? The Archbishop, the Archdiocese in Maryland, it was like over 600 cases of it. And that's just at one. So we see that they molesting kids, right? What happens when kids are molested?
They either grow up to be homosexual or promiscuous.
Right. That's generally what I've seen. Like there may be a few that fall through the cracks that, don't really get in. Like they may go harder at life and become successful or something, or even if not real successful, just go through life without going, without it being too bad for them. But for the most part, you see, if it's a woman or if it's a guy, regardless of who it is, they either become promiscuous or they are, like super promiscuous and what was the other one? Or homosexual, right? And leaning more towards and really promiscuous sex with promiscuous homosexual sex. Right. Who would just put that together, right? Because I think it's the I forgot what report it was, right? The Moynihan report or one of them that Captain Tazariak had brought out when he came down here and did a lecture down here. And one thing that he brought out is that it was like in this report, it showed that 90% of the people who, that they did the report on or the study on that was homosexual was touched before, molested before. And so it kind of puts that whole notion that, you're born that way, God made a mistake, and I'm really a guy in a girl's body or really a girl in a guy's body, all that kind of stuff. It put that to rest. And it's showing that these people really are, what it is, they try to suppress the trauma, the traumatic action that happened. So they try to suppress it. Okay. So they try to suppress it. So they try to, you know, forget all about the ordeal that happened to them. So maybe you was a 10-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and some man tried to touch you, whether it be the pastor, whether it was your uncle, whether it was whoever tried to touch you, molest you, or do something to you. And usually you try to put that ordeal out the, you know, in the back of your mind. And then, but somehow you tend to lean more to that lifestyle. And how I know is because it was told to me personally. It was told to me. I had twin cousins that were, that passed away, you know, a few years ago. And one of them said that, you know, he used to get molested by his uncle. His uncle used to come in there. Of course, their mom already had them around like a homosexual lifestyle because their mom was homosexual. Their uncle was homosexual. Of course, if he in there molesting you, he's a homosexual. Let me keep that straight. He's a homosexual. So their uncle used to come in there. He was molesting them, and then somehow you turn to that lifestyle. Somehow you like it, or you know you go ahead. You like that feeling, or that demon that comes with it.
What's if I can, sir? What is the word that is used like when you start defending your like the oppressor?
Stockholm syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
So is it maybe it's a form of Stockholm syndrome, you know, but in the homosexual, you know what I mean?
Well, okay, I see where you're getting it in the aspect of like the mindset, but I wouldn't say Stockholm syndrome, only for the fact that Stockholm syndrome specifically talks about the captor and the captee, like if you captive. So I mean, I guess in that instant you are a captive. You know, you're a captive. So I guess it would be a fine line when it comes to that one. But it would be. You start to have, well, maybe okay. So they start to have love for the lifestyle, maybe not that person. I don't think that maybe, you know, Stockholm syndrome is more so you love this person. Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen cases where that happens, where maybe somebody's getting molested, and you know, or I've seen it on TV. Don't they have that kind of stuff on them talk shows? You end up sleeping with. I've seen. I don't know. You see a lot of crazy stuff on them talk shows. But my point is, with this is, instead of Christianity teaching, you know, us to love the Lord, they teach us to hate God, right? So they teach us to do the opposite of what the Bible is telling us. What we know, what we're reading, it tell us one thing, and they're telling us another thing, and so they're breeding homosexuals in the church. They breeding homosexuals in the church. Man, I was at work, and this dude was. We in a warehouse now, and we in a warehouse, right? And this dude was like a super Christian. He used to always walk around singing all the time. He's talking about how he was living with his grandmom, and his grandmom didn't allow him to listen to rap music. But this dude knew every Beyonce song that ever came on the goddamn radio. And I knew something was up when, you know how you got your box cutter. You know how a pallet is wrapped up, the pallet wrapped up with that plastic, and you take the before you break the pallet down onto its respective pallets, you slice the plastic off. Instead of slicing the plastic like a man, he sliced the plastic. He was slicing and grabbing, slicing and clawing, slicing and clawing. Oh, what the hell he clawing at that plastic? Like, he was clawing at the goddamn plastic. He clawing at the plastic, right? So that's what made me, I was sitting off to the side, right? So that's what made me kind of like start paying attention, right? So as soon as I started paying attention, it was like, I probably should have had a phone out. So as soon as I started looking over there, like, yo, what is this dude doing? All right, you cut the plastic off. Now, sometimes they might have like some little plastic bands that they might, I forgot what them things are called. They might have these little plastic bands that they band the boxes together on the pallet so it don't really shift, right? He's cutting those off. When he cut that off, he had his finger, you know, anytime you cutting, you keep your hands away. He had it and sliced his finger. And when he sliced his finger, he dropped that thing and, you know, just put his fingers in his damn mouth. I'm like, look at this dude right here. But, you know, my point of saying that is the Christian church breeds homosexuality. Now, this young boy was bred like that because his grandmom had him in that church, and he didn't talk about no father figure. You see what I'm saying? He didn't talk about no father figure. So because he don't understand discipline or anything like that, when we was talking about food, and I think I was talking about like not eating pork or something, he was like, man, he said, Christ gonna have to forgive me because I gotta have my bacon. He know my heart or something like that. I'm like, to that effect, I was like, man, Christianity is horrible. And what it's breeding, and what people think is when you see these homosexuals, right? And they be seeming like they all nice and they seeming like they the life of the party. They're really violent people. They're really violent people. For one, they're violent people, and two, they don't draw the line with nothing. You think that this gay dude is only gay and only wants men butt and man or penis and stuff like that? No, he will have sex with a woman too. He will have sex with a woman. And think I'm lying. Got a story for that one too, right? I'm sitting here at clinicals. Now I'm at clinicals I'm at school, and we sitting in somebody's hospital doing clinicals, and we just sitting there, kicking it before class start or before it start. And somehow they got on this conversation. I'm sitting off in the background, I don't offer my opinion when I'm in those, settings. And so it was like the Dominican girl, she has an Edomite husband. So they just started talking about Esau or something like that. So he started going hard about Esau and all that, and she shut down because, we all know that she has an Edomite. I don't know how he got on having sex with men and women, but he said, man, honey, I'll have sex with a man. I'll have sex with a woman. Like he literally, I just looked at the pro, whoever, I think it was Kyle or someone. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy just to hear it and nobody and everybody kind of just roll with it. Nobody really thought it was weird.
So if I may, I had me and Matasiala just had a situation just like that. All right, so we had the slavery,
mm-hmm.
and a brother comes in. He's a client out, been coming there for years, and the brother just he started talking. And he started talking about his girl. He's like, yeah, I got a girl. I got a chick around here now. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. He's like, yeah, so then, I can start coming by more often.
Mm-hmm.
I can start coming back here instead of going so far down south. So that I'm happy about that. I said, yeah, okay, that's what's up. I said, yeah, I saw this really happened. I said, yeah, I saw you getting out the car. I said, who was that? He said, oh, that was my girl. I said, yeah. I said, this really happened. I said, she looked kind of rough. He said, oh, yeah, man, that's my babe though. But she got stuff like boys, but her stuff like a boy is real small. So, I don't count it like that. And she's a lovely.
That's disgusting. She got stuff like boys. Nigga, get your.
Yeah, he said, I couldn't believe it. He said it like it was nothing.
Yeah, that's wieners and beaners.
Yeah, me,
hot dogs and baked beans.
He just went on talking.
Yeah, brother, do you understand what you just said? Like everybody in the world accepts that lifestyle,
right? And
it's not acceptable. It is a horrible lifestyle. Transsexual gate. That's what's going on, man. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I seen my cousin. I'm driving over on the north side. I come down Market Street. I see my cousin. But I'm like, that's a tranny you walking with. And when I'm like, yo, E. I ain't gonna say your whole name. I'm like, yo, E. When he seen me, he was like, he kind of turned around, and the dude kept walking, but he still came and said something to me because he had to at that point. And and so when I went on his Facebook and stuff, and when I really started doing some investigation, trying to find out what was going on, it was a transsexual, and he's living his life with this transsexual, but he's telling people that this is his girlfriend when that's not your girlfriend. Nigga, you just as your mental illness is just as worse as this dude that think he's a damn woman. Because you're sitting here egging it on, and in your head you think you're acting like this is a woman when it's not. When that man takes that dress off, it don't matter how much he look in the dress. He take the dress off. He take them boxers off or panties or whatever the hell this Negro wearing. Right? It is still a penis there. There's still a penis there. But you in your mind, because you're a sexual deviant, you try to tell yourself it's not a penis there. And it is. It is, brother. You see what I'm saying? And somewhere along the line, you can't talk about it.
Right.
You can't talk about it. Yeah, we went to the Passover. What'd they say? They hate Jews, white people, and gays, transsexuals, or whatever the hell they said. That's what they said. They're trying to turn America, or not even to turn America, but just to turn society against us. So much so because they don't want us to rise. They don't want what we got to say to get out. You know what I mean? They don't want us to be able to have the Passover. They think if they can interrupt the Passover, that it's going to stop what we do. We'll have the Passover in the goddamn woods. You see what I'm saying? We'll have brothers out there a year before with some clearing out some damn land. We'll buy some land, 4 or 5 acres, buy it. We'll all chip in, buy it, clear the land out, and have the Passover. You can't. It's always wherever there's a will, there's a way. Christ said, like, what did it say? All you have to do is have faith as a mustard seed, and we can figure it out, and we can still have the Passover. They can't stop the Passover, man, because we have enough faith to understand that we can move a mountain. You know what? We can have the Passover. That's the mountain. Having the Passover. How are we gonna move this mountain? You know what? Let's just get this 4 or 5 acres right here, clear it out, and now we move the mountain because we can have this Passover. That's how you move a mountain. It's very easy. It's very simple. But the eyes of the Lord is everywhere. The Lord sees everything, right? So this Christianity, like for so long, they've been getting away with murder, and the Lord it's like they're being exposed so much. They're being exposed so much that people are looking at Christianity like, finally people are starting to look at Christianity like, this is disgusting. Yes, people are starting to look at the church like, nah, I'm not going in there. Like, now, the caveat to that is people ain't going into the church, but you got a bunch of lost Negroes. So now they just turn to the internet and they get a chance to hear a little bit of everything. You got Nature Boy on there saying he naked. He gonna be naked in front of his kid. You remember that dude, Nature Boy? Didn't they say he got locked up or something? Something happened. He gave somebody something, or what happened? Can somebody Google that? I don't want to misspeak. I might end up with a what does it say? Cease and desist. How does it say? Yeah. Yeah, slander. Cease and desist. Did I say that right? I don't know. You know what letter I'm talking about. It means stop talking about me letter. Yeah, so you're okay. They leave, people starting to see the church for what it is, but then when they go to try to find out what the truth is, it's so many things out there. And you gotta fight your way through a lot to get to this point right here. Man, you know what I had to go through to get to this? Man, I was rocking them big African chains. You know, the wooden ones you get from the African dude, they was happy to sell me that kind of stuff too. But he wouldn't talk to me outside of that. He didn't try to build a connection with me because I was rocking the African chain. He didn't say, "Oh, my brother, I see you rocking this African chain. Let's try to build a business. You want to start a kiosk over there? Let's start a franchise with this. You know what I mean? You start one over there, my brother. You know what I mean?" No, he didn't do that. He didn't say that. He took my money and kept it moving. Didn't say anything, tried to sell me something else. He just kept trying to get more and more and more and more money out of me. All right, let me get Ecclesiasticus. You got it. As of April what?
April 20th, 2022, he faced, Nature Boy faced 5 charges, including rape in DeKalb County. That's in Georgia.
Oh man, I thought, man, that's crazy. So that's who you're gonna have to look up to. You know what I mean? When you go to the internet and you try to find any place other than this place right here, that's who you're gonna have to look up to. Right? You're gonna have the what's this, the what the hell do you even call that community? Pan-African community? The blackity black, we say blackity black, but what is that even called? Kemetic community. You got that to look up to. Where they spend so much time loving Africans that, everybody forget to look up and see that it ain't no African in sight. Ain't no African in sight. He not even on the live with you. He not on the live with you. He's not doing they're not over here doing no presentations. We big on presentations. That's all the hell we want to see. A good old presentation with a bunch of slides with some good information. Ain't no African doing no slides with no nothing. But that's who, we got on the internet to look forward to if you don't come up in here. All right, you got that hold on, let me see. Ecclesiasticus, right? We're going into Apocrypha, and this is just a precept to what we just read. Pretty sure y'all got this in y'all precept books. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 19. Hold on.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 23 and verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
Keep going.
And knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Behold, all the waves of men, and consider the most secret parts.
Right, okay. A lot of the people in the Christian church, right, they fear the eyes of men. So they hide what they do, right? You think you hiding what you doing because you worried about me seeing it, or you worrying about the next person seeing it, or this kid's father or this kid's mother that you molesting, right? But what you don't understand is that, well, I know they don't understand because they don't read the Bible, that the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. You know how bright the sun is. So that means the Lord can see. Even when you in your, your darkness and you hiding and you doing whatever you think you're doing. Right? Because that's what Christianity breeds. It breeds people who do stuff in the dark. Half of, y'all read that, y'all read the report where, matter of fact, you ain't even got to read the report. I'll pull out my nursing book. And my nursing book shows that, what is it? What was, I'm big on numbers, trying to remember these numbers. So I think it's like 70% of, I'm going to say 70 to 80% of Black women who have HIV are heterosexual. They're heterosexual women. So if they're heterosexual Christian women, how are they getting this disease? They're getting this disease because they're sleeping with a homosexual man. Right. This dude, you think he's straight, but he's really on the down low. What was that movie, man? Remember that movie where the girl had got sick from the dude? It was one of them movies. Oh, I can't call the name. It was a Black movie, and it was this light-skinned girl, and she was girlfriends to the dude that was from the son from, I think it was Meet the Pain. Was it Meet the Pain? The black one that had the crackhead girl, and it was this light-skinned girl. And she was girlfriends with him, and she was a Christian. They were Christians, but she was going off to go sleep with this other dude who she liked. And he was like different than her boyfriend. She thought he was all cool and she was sneaking away. And come to find out, the dude had, gave her AIDS. She came, called him in like the bathroom with another man. He was like in the bathroom, blinking the. I was like, yo, this is off the chain. This is, whoa. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can't unsee that. But yeah, and that's what happens. That's the kind of things that happen. Them straight women are having sex with men that are homosexuals, you know, on the down low. They call them on the DL. Those DL brothers, and those DL brothers are destroying Black women's lives, right? But the eyes of the Lord, when you think that the Lord don't see you, right? That's what it's saying. He sees, because his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. And so this whole like veil that Christianity had over the lives and over the eyes of Black people is getting pulled up. It's getting, you know, Christianity, the skirt is being pulled up. It's getting revealed for what it is. And because it's breeding destruction. Think about all of the people who did like these mass shootings, Christians. Most of the people in the government are Christians, right? They're the ones that snuck drugs into Black communities. They're the ones who own Black slaves, right? They all say they're Christian and God we trust, all that kind of stuff like that. And this is what Christianity breeds. It's just a difference between Black Christianity and white Christianity, but nevertheless, it's still Christianity. Most of the people, we'll take it to the streets. Most of the Black people who commit crimes have some type of Jesus piece on, have some type of cross on. You rap about doing it to your man's wife, doing all the drugs in the world, killing Black people, and all that kind of stuff in the name of Jesus. Them Jesus pieces that you got in your damn ear. So this is what Christianity is breeding. And the Lord sees this. And so now Christianity is getting exposed for what it is.
And how many Muslims go to jail?
Oh, man.
Like, you know, and we know that.
Mm-hmm. They're Christians.
That they're Christians,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I was like, how many Israelites, like, well, you know, Israelites that know that they're Israelites. Mm-hmm. There's not a big population that I know about
that go to jail. That go freshly to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But
now, don't get me wrong. There are, you know, cases where a brother may go to jail. Maybe they're not grounded in the truth or something like that, and so they make stupid decisions that could get them into jail. Or it may not be something like that. It may be a case like one of us in here who may go to jail because we holding down a spot or, you know, something like that. Shit, yeah, child support. That, tell me about it.
Yeah,
I might have a GoFundMe. Might have a GoFundMe soon. Get the Tyson Paul out of jail. They just sent him in there. Talk about some damn child support. Man, this is crazy. And all I've ever done was try to pay the child support, but not only pay the child support, I've always tried to get the boys. Now I got to get a lawyer. But that's how it goes because they're Christian. They, you know, raised in a Christian church. And then so when I come with, you know, my morals and my values, then it's like, oh, well, oh, man, nobody want to be around that. Nobody want to be around that. Anyway, we can drop that. Let me get Proverbs. We're going to go back to Proverbs 1 and 10. We got the deviled eggs back there. I didn't have about 5 of them. We got some baked beans too? What? I'm about to eat good.
All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
What does that mean?
Consent means not to yield to, not to accept.
Mm-hmm. So why does anybody follow, according to the Bible, according to what we just read, why would anybody follow Christianity? It's just crazy.
It's more like you can do your own thing. You don't have, they don't
Yeah.
follow the law, statute.
Right, because they don't follow this book. They don't know what the hell that. They don't even know what Thashion just read is in there. and they're gonna consistently try to tell you that they're not that sinner that this Bible is talking about, right? Because if you go there, then they're gonna be like, "Well, Jesus died, so I can," you know what I mean, to kill all that nigga. So what else? Now I gotta pull out every scripture I know.
I was explaining the dietary law to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Tawada. I was explaining the dietary law to somebody last week, and you know what they told me?
What's that?
How did they say that? They said that the Old Testament was done away with, so I can eat whatever I want. Christian. So you know what I said? Okay. And I let it go.
So eat this. I'm gonna bring you one of them dookie pies. Eat that. Dress it up with whatever you like to eat, and you go ahead and eat that dookie pie. Yeah. Go ahead and eat that dookie pie. That's how we got the pastor up here. Dude was so crazy, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Now the Old Testament is done away, so now that's gone. We're in the New Testament, so you can do whatever you want. Well, why do we? Yes, nobody stopped to realize, to understand why we even have to have this second New Testament. We in there because we messed up, man. How long are we going to keep doing that? How long are we going to keep giving ourselves excuses? You know what I mean? Like, I think us following after Christianity is just our way to just let white people just be all over top of us anyway. Yeah, because it just never, because Christianity doesn't give you that sense of you want to take power. It gives you that spirit of like docileness. Just sit back and just, let things, just let it ride. I know that I'm gonna get my reward when my eyes close and I die. That's when I'm supposed to get my reward. At least that's what everybody say, right? Right? Ain't that what everybody say? So, and then they just accept this life. No, I can't accept that. I want power in this one. I like the attention at our command when I go in the room, and it was okay. So, I could get that before, but it was different. It's different now. With the spirit of the truth, with the spirit I have now, it's different. I go in there now, they think I'm a damn doctor. I'm like, might be able to open me up in practice and make a little million before they figure it out. Nah. Man, cool. Yeah, the dude in Florida, you see it? Boy, he was killing it down there. Young Doogie MD. Yeah, little youngster. Killing the game down there. Had a whole office. Physician. He had to be good.
Did he ever go to medical school?
I can't remember.
I don't think he did.
I can't remember, but whatever, he had to be very well spoken for you to believe that. You know what I mean? He had to be super believable. Yeah, I'll be like, don't you see this blue net on my damn head? Here go your Art Jones. Here, your Trey. I hate them. I don't even want to be in here talking to you anyway. But anyway, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. So that's still kind of like a trick question. Why would anybody even follow Christianity? If this is saying that if sinners entice you, don't follow them. Don't consent to what they got to say, right? Or do. Because they're trying to get you to be a homosexual. They're trying to get you to take a ride. Don't listen to that. They're trying to make your kids take a ride. If they can get you to if they can get you to accept homosexuality, then you ain't going surely you're going to accept me sleeping with your kids. You got to accept that too. So then when you start to accept stuff, that's how like just the morality and that's just how society starts to break down. Period. Every great empire broke down because of the morality of the place just starts to go down. It's just every man for themselves. It just started getting crazy, and then People start killing each other. Then it's a war. Then these people want to rise. These people want to. That's how it's going to be. Watch it. What is it? Countries outside of America are already starting to be like, not even dealing with America's BS anymore.
Right.
I think that was you that mentioned that earlier about Russia and all these people, and they're creating, like, okay, if you notice, right, all of the countries who, damn, and you know, when I be saying this stuff, I hope I don't be sounding like a conspiracy theorist. Most of the countries that America say, yeah, they're killing their people and all that kind of stuff, and they go in and they kill these people. A lot of times, these people, when you look at like the politics, a lot of these people have gold and they want to get off like the dollars. They want to they don't want to use what is called like the petrodollar. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's called the petrodollar or something. And they all was trying to get away from that, and they was trying to create like this alliance where they didn't have to use that, and that they was actually going to back their money and use gold. Right. See, because America just has paper. The paper means nothing. It's just a figment of your imagination. It used to be backed by gold, but it's not now. These other countries, however, do have gold, and their money is made of gold or made of whatever the hell it's made of, but they just didn't want to use them. Then America goes, and a lot of times they end up dead. You know, they end up dead when you go against America. America stages some type of coup. What they call it, a coup.
Concept.
They'll fund the enemy.
All right.
These enemies will start some type of uprising. Then the government had killed, put the uprising to rest, and then America says, "See, look, they're killing their people over there. You see that? Not to mention those people that they killing are trying to kill them, and they got like American-made weapons doing it, and they just like create this scenario, this stage." Salakia.
Right. What I was going to mention, sir, was are you familiar with what's going on with Donald Trump talking about the shooter, the Nashville shooter?
No.
Okay. He's saying that the Nashville shooter, went crazy because of the drugs that they were taking, and it was the treatment. The hormones. Oh, that's the one that you're talking about. That was a homosexual. See, it fits perfect with what we're saying. He's saying that, and I got an article on it. It's actually saying, you got it. If I may, it says, while discussing this school shooting during the television broadcast, President Donald Trump suggested that the clinical treatment for the genders transitioning could play a role in the Nashville killing. Right. Now, see, they trying to give the transsexual community a way out. Right. Right. To say, oh, it's the drugs that they using to give them boobies. Right. Right. Because that's all. Right. What is hormone therapy to do? Give you estrogen so that you can feel like a woman. What the hell is going on here? Right. So you can. Right. So then another thing, well, we should be alarmed then. If this treatment is making them act like that, then we can expect more of this to happen then. We should watch these people. That's the big thing now. Like that's real big right now. And the transgender community, they're coming up against them saying, no, you can't blame it on the medication. But yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Okay, so if we can't blame it on the medication, then damn, you just threw your transsexual friend under the bus. He's trying to use that as his way out. You know how you try to use that as your way out, so you don't get the death penalty. Like, damn, shut up. Yeah, that's what's going on. And if I may, sir, the way that Donald Trump did it, right? He a Christian too. Right, but the way he put it out there, he tried to camouflage it. What he did was he put out a tweet, right? And in the tweet, he said that this is why it's so controversial. He's saying that the transgender, this person did this because of what he banned in the military because I don't know if you know, he banned transgenders transition in the military.
I remember.
So that's how he put it out there. That's why it's so much controversy, because he's not commenting if he was speaking directly pertaining to the drugs, but they're saying that's exactly what he's talking about is the drugs.
So I guess we've got to stay tuned for that to see more men dressed like women killing, shooting everything. Now you got to be careful. For if you see a 6'5" man in a dress, be on your P's and Q's, man. Golly.
Like you said, we got enough. We got to watch Esau.
Yeah,
we got to profile the young Esau's around here. Now we got to watch and make sure that we don't see one of them coming in.
Yeah, shooting up the place.
Right.
Because you on your hormones.
Right.
There.
I got a question since we're talking about gendering. When we went down to North Carolina, we had time to just sit back and relax. And I'm looking and I'm seeing this picture of this black man with the skirt on and the pink skirt and the pink shirt. But at first it didn't hit me. And I went back and looked at it. It came up again. So why are they portraying the basketball player?
Magic Johnson?
LeBron James.
Oh, LeBron James?
With a skirt on and a pink skirt.
I seen that.
And a pink shirt. What
I don't know. That looked like Photoshop.
It was Photoshop.
That looked like Photoshop to me. Yeah, I can't do my boy LeBron like that. Because when I seen that, I was like, what the fuck? And I had to look closely to make sure, but you could tell that one was Photoshop. I was like, don't do my man like that, man. You messing around, man. You messing around.
That's crazy.
You about to.
You sure that wasn't true, sir? I'm a Kobe guy, so.
Hey, that's funny, boy.
I can't wait to see Captain. Sorry about that.
You know what? I need to. I need 20,000 eggs. Anyway, matter of fact, we're gonna stay in this chapter right here, but we're gonna go up to 5.
Concept.
But we're gonna have a sister read it.
Concept.
Yeah.
Proverbs 1.
Now you gotta show us you was in that spelling bee. You was a spelling bee champ, a reading champ.
All right, Book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
What does that mean?
A smart man will hear some information, will increase his learning and understanding, and shall listen to wise counsel.
Right. So like a wise person to hear what you got to say. So if you come to me and you ask me for some advice or something like that, or, I'm just like a type of person who maybe I've been through life and I can, I might have a little wisdom to me, right? I've been through a few situations. I've been around the block a few times. A wise person would be wise to just hear it, to listen to me, not just to listen to me, but hear me. Like my parents used to say that all the time. They'd be like, you listen, but you don't hear, if that makes sense. I hear, I'm listening to you, but it's just going into one ear and out the other. But if I hear you, then I'm actually applying what you told me. You know what I'm saying? Like that saying, it'd be like and y'all can get me right on this. It'd be like a smart person to like, what is it? Learn from their mistakes, but a wise person to learn from somebody else's mistakes. I can hear you talk about your mistake and listen to that and don't do that, right? A wise person will hear and will increase learning and continue to increase in your learning, right? The scriptures say, show thyself approved, right? You can only get that by hearing, and that will increase your learning. And a man of understanding shall attain, listen to or follow wise counsels, right? Why would you ask somebody to help you with a situation as far as like advice wise or counsel wise, and you just get the advice or you get the counsel and never listen to it? Then you wasting yours and that man's time. He could have kept that and been on the phone. Maybe somebody else really needed that help right at that point in time. But you wasting his damn time getting on the phone with him because you're so emotional. You just want to hear somebody either agree to, I don't know, you just want to get on the goddamn phone. So you're either getting on there to really hear the counsel and not follow it, or just, I don't know, you're just on the phone wasting the brother time. Don't do that. You call and get counsel, follow the counsel. You call and you get this brother up out of his bed. We're going to wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, see your call, and then, I'm going to answer because I want to make sure everything's okay. And then now you're on the phone, and I'm going to get up and I'm going to do what I got to do. Follow the counsel. Go ahead, Iteron.
I was going to say, some people only listen to respond. They don't take,
yeah.
They
That's
can't
funny.
Wait for you to finish whatever it is, because they've already made up in their mind what they want to, how they want to respond back to you. Be like, well, you didn't.
What the hell you call me for if you already know what's going on?
Right. The scriptures say, you're supposed to hear.
Yeah, you already.
Like the whole matter.
Mm-hmm. You already got it set on what you about to do.
Yeah, just that's not listening.
Mm-hmm. That's not hearing, right?
Yeah. That's not
verse 6.
Proverbs 1:6. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings.
Right, and so you have to. This is the only way that you can understand the Bible with the parables and everything that's going on, is you have to listen to a wise man has to break this down to you and let you know what's going on, and you listen to that. So everything that you've ever been taught about the Bible in this school, you stand on that, because that's the only way that you're going to understand a proverb and the interpretation of that and the words of the wise, right? Which would be the brothers and sisters. The brothers that was in the Bible that laid it down for you, right? And their dark sayings. Now, what is a dark saying? What is another word for a dark saying?
Yes, sir. So dark saying, would that be like prophecies, or would that be prophecy, sir, or things from time past?
Okay. Unless it's sort of on that, but give me a different word.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good word.
Dark saying. Christ used them all the time.
Parables, sir.
I should have just. I'm trying to help out. It's too easy. Parable. That's what dark saying.
Like Papa.
Understand the parables, man. To a Christian, they dark saying. I don't know what the hell going on. Right? Verse 7.
All right. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Right. Fools despise. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Right. First, you have to start to fear the Lord. Christianity teaches you not to fear the Lord. So how can I have any knowledge if this is the beginning of knowledge? Me fear the Lord, and you teach me not to fear him. How am I going to get any smarter than what the hell I am?
You're not.
Just continue to be a dingbat, right? Because you're teaching me to not fear him. So that means I'm never going to get any knowledge, or because you're teaching me the opposite. But fools, and it says, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Half of the people in the not even half, all of the people in the Christian church despise wisdom. despise wisdom and instruction. So we tell them, So when they run into somebody like us, right, we give you the instruction from out of the book, but they despise the destruction and the wisdom that we bring to them. So they try to tell us that John 3:16 don't mean what we know it to mean. They'll say that when we read the scripture that or we try to break down for you that no, you can't eat pork. For one, if the instruction is in Leviticus not to eat pork, but the wisdom of what's that, Matthew, where it said it's not what goes in the mouth. I'm giving you the wisdom behind that parable. That parable, that story right there has nothing to even do with goddamn eating pork. So I'm giving you the wisdom behind it, but you don't understand it because you despise it. And so what does that make you? It makes you a fool, right? Verse 15. This is your instruction in how you deal with those people. Right, verse 15. You can continue. Who got the mic? You got the mic. You can continue to read.
All right, Proverbs 1:15. My son, walk not thou in the way with them.
Don't walk in the way with them. Right. Hold on 1 second. That path that they walking down, you don't walk. You don't take that path. Right. If they going right, you go left. They go left, you go right. They go up, you go down. Or north, you go south. Whatever. Make that a little bit better, right? Don't walk in the same way that they walk in, right? Don't walk with them. Read on.
Refrain thy foot from their path.
Why? Because their path leads you to death and destruction. Their path is leading you down to you're going to accept rods, right? You're going to accept rods, right? Whatever shape, form, fashion, in a dress, out of a dress, whatever. Down that path, you're going to accept drugs. Down that path, you're going to accept the way Black culture is right now, today, anyway, period. Don't walk down that path, that Christian path. The Muslim path, the Pan-African path, all that path, all of those paths is just a Christian path, just with a different name to it, right? Refrain thy foot from their path. Mean hold your foot back, refrain it. This is you walking down the path. This is you refraining yourself from walking down that path. Okay. Verse 16.
For their feet run to evil.
What their feet do?
They run to evil.
Well, you better hold them feet, but you better hold yours back. Or you ever seen this thing where they be like, they might just have like Black people might be just chilling, somebody might just break out running, and then everybody start running. You better refrain your feet from running down that path. It's just to give you a little example. Somebody start running down that path, start running, don't necessarily always follow them because their feet run to evil. Their feet could be running to evil, right? Read on.
And make haste to shed blood. Right.
And that's pretty much what we always see in the Black community. Christians, non-Christians, everybody make haste to shed blood. Everybody want to shoot each other. Everybody want to kill each other. Man, a rapper can't even live for 3 months in Chicago. Soon as people start knowing who he is, he started talking about all the ops. And then here we go, 30 days later, somebody smoking on a whoever pack. That's how they diss each other up there. That's young. That's how they diss each other. Now you a pack now that everybody's smoking. Man, that's a horrible culture. Horrible culture. And it is a culture, it's like it's derived out of the messed up culture that we had from the 80s and the 90s. Now it's just the young boys that created their own little culture. Yeah, and out of that, yeah, because that's when they was doing that lean, right? First it was I remember it being cool when it was 3-6 Mafia and stuff. They had the little baby bottles and stuff. Right? Then or at least they made it appear to be cool. I don't think we've seen you know what I'm talking about? The lean.
I've heard it 3-6.
You know what I'm talking about? Lean, Paraboff. Lean is promethazine. It's coughs the prescription cough syrup.
Promethazine with codeine, though, right?
Yeah, whatever that is. I don't know. I just know the name promethazine. I don't know. Yeah, they just drink it and fall asleep, and the high is to try to stay up. So they constantly in and out of this stupor. That is horrible, but that culture came from out of a culture that we created. The generation before them. And if we don't fix it, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. I don't think it can get no worse. I mean, didn't we just read that the Lord? He looking down like, God damn. Let me just start exposing this. Let me just start exposing this now. They are headed, they are headed on the path of destruction. Can't get right. Let me just help them out here. Let me help them out here. And you know what? And he is. He helping us out. You know what I mean? He make it so we can keep these damn doors open and all that stuff every day. Keep the doors open. Brothers is able to get out there to camp and and still live their lives and do what they do. And we're the poorest people, but able to do the most for our people. Do the most for our people because the Lord makes sure that we safe. He makes sure that we okay. But what's crazy? The people who have buku bucks, billions, all that kind of stuff are afraid to do anything for Black people. Golly. All right, so we'll finish with that. What time is it? All right, I'm gonna read a couple more, then I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Got some beans in the back. Let me get where my apocrypha? I need it in the apocrypha, if I could. Let me check out this scripture real quick. You had a video back there, Ashia?
Well, I had a video of that shooting, sir.
Oh, Kanai, you definitely was right. I looked over at the screen a little late, but you was definitely right about a parable. Con. What you said, Thus?
It was a video, sir.
All right, we can watch it.
It's a video of the shooting.
Oh yeah. I want to see what's going on with that. They said it was a transsexual, right? Murder.
Nah, sir,
they on that murder.
They tried to cover it up a little bit too.
Mm-hmm. So y'all just hang tight, and Ashiyam is gonna play a video for y'all. Okay.
All right, sir. This is here. I'm about to play it.
Mm-hmm.
It's as you can see, it's from Fox News. So
okay,
it's a video of it. And like I said, they tried to cover it up. They tried to say that it wasn't a transgender.
Mm-hmm.
First, they came out and said it was a transgender. Then they start saying that it wasn't a transgender. So here it is, sir.
Okay, so there you can see the vehicle the shooter drove, that 28-year-old from Nashville, driving up in the parking lot here of the school. This was released just moments ago by the Metro Nashville Police Department. The shooter, who the police identified as Audrey E. Hale, saying that the individual identifies as transgender, entered the building by firing through a side door.
So, yes, sir. If I may, now you just heard it. They just said that it was a transgender.
Mm-hmm.
But they changed that later.
Mm-hmm.
But Fox News, that's why we go to Fox. Fox will put it out there that it was a transgender, and you can see it. You can see it on the screen too.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, it says right there.
Right.
Identifies as transgender.
So there you see it.
Damn.
The shooter walks in, kicks the glass, armed with 2 assault-style weapons and a handgun. That's according to John Drake. He's the Nashville Police Department chief there. So remember, the police identified 6 victims in this shooting there, the shooter, and you can see bracing the weapon, the sirens, it looks like, going off there. And remember, viewer discretion is advised. This literally just happened this morning at a motion school there in Metro Nashville.
And this is the school,
shooting.
right?
That's the school. Sir, that's the school.
There, it looks like they pass some type of front entrance. This is at a private Christian elementary school. Okay, so that is the first video released.
That's about it. 'Cause
Right.
they don't show the shooting, sir.
Right. This is what Christianity breeds. This is now not only do Christianity breed killers, right? And they breed homosexuals. Now they breed homosexual killers. God damn. Transsexual, homosexual killers. God, they just morphing into just the worst people. Golly. The Christian church is done. Right? It's done. I don't know what more to say. And I think Kana said something about Bell and the dragon. Is it a literal dragon? No, I mean, it's been a long time since I've read Bell and the Dragon, but I'm almost pretty sure it's a metaphor, the same as how the serpent in the garden has now turned to a dragon in Revelations. All right. Where was I? Can I get Baruch 3? Throw out it for that too. Let's see him. And that just showed, like, I thought black people were the worst people on earth. I thought black people were the most dangerous that you have to watch out for. No, it's turning out not to be. The most dangerous people in history have always been the oppressor.
That's right.
Right? For some reason, we forget how we got here. Baruch 3 and Baruch chapter 3. We'll just go to 9. But y'all can go back and read these, like Baruch and Ecclesiasticus and all that stuff, man. This stuff is good. All right, so we'll go Baruch chapter 3 and verse 9.
God, sir, this is the book of Baruch chapter 3 and verse 9.
So before that, they understand that they were scattered, right? Because it was a curse on them, right? Because they sinned against the Lord, right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Baruch chapter 3 and verse 9. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life.
Where do y'all remember where y'all heard that before? Somebody give me a preset. Where did y'all hear that before?
So like, is it Yahweh Shah, sir?
No.
God, sir.
Could have been. I don't think so. No, that's not who I'm thinking about if he did say it. y'all got to forgive me. I ain't read the Bible in a while. Right, not the whole thing anyway. Don't think I've been slouching with it. I read it. I can tell you all about the heart right now. And pneumonia and RSV and all that kind of diseases and stuff. I can tell you all about that. Does Moses come to mind? Remember Moses, he said, "Hear, O Israel," and he was telling you, and it's not in the same exact words, but it was like, "Today I set before you the commandments of life and death." That's, remember, a lot of the stuff that you're going to hear is just already been repeated.
God, sir, if
you got it? What is it?
I got,
and it might be around chapter 4.
I actually got Deuteronomy 6 and 2.
Probably.
It says, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 2. It says that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son and thy son's sons, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged.
It's definitely that. And let me see. One second. That's where you hear. That's where you say that. Come on it tonight. You had the Ecclesiasticus.
You want me to read that, sir?
Definitely in the new chapter, you was correct. What was that?
The one I had was Deuteronomy chapter 6 and 2.
For some reason, I could have swore with Moses. Didn't Moses said, "Today I set before you
life and death"?
Yeah, maybe he didn't say it that same way. Salaka if he did, I'm jamming y'all up. Trying to make apples and oranges. Square peg. Go ahead.
I got one. If I'll give it to you in a sec. This is the one in okay, so this one is Deuteronomy 30 and 15.
Let me see what that.
It says, "See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil."
Right. All right. Now, so we know from Moses the water for that.
And
so there's more. Go ahead.
And then it says, "In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that I mayest live and multiply. And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whether thou goest to possess it."
Right. So from that statement that you just read, that Moses said, we understand that he set before us life, the commandment, life and living, what was it, and death, and not following the commandments and death, pretty much. Right. And so here is saying, hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. Again, wisdom, the commandments of life is wisdom. Right. Because if you don't follow the commandments, then you're just going to die. Right. And that's just as simple as it is. Verse 10.
Same chapter, sir?
Yes, same chapter.
This is Salakia.
Baruch 3 and Salakia. Baruch 3 and 10. Salakia. Baruch 3 and 10.
This is Salakia, sir. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 10. "How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxed old in a stranger country?"
Right. Salakia, if I may, because I just want to just tell y'all to go ahead and write this down in your precept book, the Ecclesiasticus 19 and 19. You can use that. It says, "The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality." Right. So it's still showing you that the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life. Right. You follow the commandments, you live. All right. Now, Dashiyam just read Salakia.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 10. "How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxed old in a stranger country, strange country, that thou art defied with the dead?"
Like, this is a question being asked to us. Like, damn, how happened it, right? How happened to Israel that we in our enemy's land? Like, not only are we in our enemy's land, we've been here for a long time. Why have we been here for a long time?
because we haven't learned our lesson.
That's it.
To change our ways and come back to our Lord.
Right. That's it. And we hear and we count it. Verse 11 says that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Like we just counted as dead people here in America. We ain't even, you know what I mean? Like they just count us as just, they don't even
Salakia, sir,
acknowledge us.
Would you use when Yahweh Shah said, let the dead bury the dead, with this concept right here, verse 11, that thou art counted with them that are going down into the grave?
So we are counted. It is, okay, people in the world is counted as the dead. Let me see if I can fit this round peg into it. Nah, you're trying to put two and two together, brother. There's nothing wrong with that. So it is the same. It is the same in that aspect. Like we are when it says the dead, let the dead bury the dead. Those people that are outside of the truth, are considered dead, And if we are not following the laws, then we're not in the truth, and we would be considered dead. Verse 13. This is all we had to do, y'all. This is all we had to do. Verse 13.
For if thou hadst walked in the ways of God, thou shouldst have dwelt in peace forever.
Why isn't that being taught in the Christian church? This is the reason why we're in the predicament. And it's saying, well, if you would have did this, nigga, you wouldn't have 20 rats in the house where now you got to get a damn cat. You got to figure out how to make that work because you already got a dog. You know what I mean? You already got a dog, or you got, the stuff that we deal with as Black people, the roaches, the rats, the first fired, last hired, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff that we dealing with. We wouldn't be dealing with that stuff very simply if we just walked in the ways of the Lord. That's it. I mean, it's very simple. It's cut and dry. There ain't no mystery to it. There ain't no like poof. We had to jump through hoops or anything like that. It's very simple. Just listen and do it and uphold our end of the bargain. Then we made an agreement. Did we make that agreement? One of that Mount. What was it? Mount Sinai. I was about to say Horeb. I'm way. About to say Mount Horeb. Somebody would have got me. See, he said Mount Horeb. The ISUPK don't know what they're talking about. Mount Sinai, right? We made that. That's where we made our covenant. That's all we had to do was uphold our half of the bargain. I mean, we made the covenant. We made the agreement. We made the contract. All we had to do is uphold that half. And the scriptures say we should have dwelled in peace forever. Woo-wee. Instead of dwelling in insanity, dwelling in hardship, dwelling in the opposite of peace. Verse 14.
Verse 14. Learn where is wisdom.
Real quick, where's wisdom?
Right here in the ISUPK, sir.
My man. Go ahead.
Where is strength?
Mm-hmm.
Where is understanding?
Go ahead.
That thou mayest know also where is length of days and life. Where is the light of the eye and peace?
Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to know where all these things are, right? You got to learn where these things are. Now, when you learn where these things are, don't try to unlearn it. That's what people think. That's what people do too. When they hear the truth, you try to unlearn it or try to act like you didn't hear it. And guess what? Your spirit is going to convict you every time. Now that you didn't heard the truth, every time you try to do something in closed doors, your conscience is going to be like, Remember what that CM said about such and such and such and such? Remember that class that Matazapah did, said such and such and such and such? And you're going to have to make that conscious effort to go against what we said or to do what you want to do. And So the scriptures say, learn where is wisdom, where is strength, where is understanding, that thou mayest know. Also, where is the length of days, life, where is the light of the eyes, and where is peace? Who has found out her place, or who has come into her treasures? Where are the princes of the heathen become, and such as rule the beasts upon the earth? They that, this is talking about wisdom. Like the previous verse that I just read, right, is talking about wisdom. Again, when you read about wisdom, it always refers to wisdom as like her in the Bible. All right, just so y'all know that. All right, I'm gonna get this last one, then we out of here. Give me a second. Right. And this will be my last scripture to go ahead and seal up this whole thing that, leave the Christian church, run far away from. I was just showing them in school the other day, right? Because they got us in the chat. So I'm like, man, look, y'all better not be celebrating no goddamn Easter. So I went in the next day so I could at least show them a little something. Like, look, man, do you know where Easter's at in the Bible? Whatever. At least show them. Right, so that they won't. Hopefully, they won't do it next year. But I want to go to John 8:47. And this is just sew it up for any Christian who feel like you just, a man of God, a woman of God, you love Jesus. Jesus. I remember General Muhammad had said that. Boy, he had me laughing for like 5 days.
God,
I'm literally, every time I seen it, he was like, if you trying to shop around for camps like you do at the Christian church, you know what I mean? You just want to go in there and scream, Jesus, just worship Jesus. Yeah, Jesus, yeah, I was shot. Oh, man, I was laughing so hard, boy. It still make me laugh. All right, 8:47.
This is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 47. He that is of God heareth God's word.
Go ahead.
Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of God.
Right, and I don't need to break that down, because Yahweh is very clear in the statement that he made. Right, he's very clear in the statement that he made. Like I said, I'm not going to break it down because I'll be going back on my word. I'm going to go ahead and pass the class over. If we don't have any questions in the room or anything, then I'm going to go ahead and pass the class over to Priest and Officer Thusha Young.
All right, this is the ISUPK security announcements for rules for new brothers and new sisters. When a new brother and new sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to learn to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if you have an interest in a particular person, you can seek counsel from their head. Tithing, which is a commandment. Ma'asharah means 10th in Hebrew. That's Numbers 18-21 and Salakia, Malachi, chapters 3, 8-10. All right. We have a priest fund. It's not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give, you may give. We got the up and coming Holy Convocation, which is the Feast of First Fruits. I think it's May 29th. May 29th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, pants, scarf, and headband, and saying that a Amidra means to stand. Men of Israel, we're gonna give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amidra Shabbat, Amidra, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Matai means arms down, Sar means to turn. We're gonna face the sisters. Sisters, Amidra means to stand. We're gonna give the sisters a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amidra Shabbat, Amidra, Barak,
Yahweh Shamar Alatham Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Matai, class dismissed.
A lot of y'all.